Well, they're always up for it. They love their cricket. They really do it well. And looking at the fine specimens out there on the field today, I'm sure they'll put a good account of themselves out there.
Quite a few. It looks like Matthew Misson might be taking strike.
Yeah, Matthew, really talented player. Loves hitting through the offside, but being a T20, I think really look to access those areas through the leg, especially that cow corner area.
And first ball, it's pretty much where you said, and 4 runs.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's had a pretty good season, and he's just carrying that on with ball 1 there. Great shot, slightly over pitched by the opener from the Barmy Army, and put away nicely.
Good start here from the home side. The wind might cause a bit of problems for the bowlers, though, won't it? Might yourself being a bowler. And,
yeah, sure. They'll be looking at bowling in swing, hopefully, with the wind from this end. If the size of a few of the Barmy Army characters.
And he's bowled him. Second ball.
Gone.
I tell you what, Mike, we might have sold the viewers down the hill because there's nobody on the video. So at the moment we just have.
Hard luck.
Now we've got the video back. He won't mind though that we missed out on him being clean bowled like that.
No, hard luck for.
This bloke told me about a cameo at Dubai with the school team last year. Professional training at the ICC clinic.
Have we got a name for that person, sorry?
Sure, bro. I think that is Jack.
Jack? Yep.
I think Jack 4 off the first ball and then picked up a wicket with a lovely in-swinging delivery. I'd hazard a guess that was chopped on from the batter Matthew Misson. He'll be disappointed with that effort after that lovely start.
So John Splendors is the new batsman? No, is it not? Sorry. Whoever it is, he's had a bit of a swing and missed at that. Do we know who's the batsman, guys? Tony Hall. Tony Hall, brother of former umpire Tony Hill. I don't know why they don't have the same last name, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Is that the first 12th man reference we've got? He's got all of that one! And only 4 more. Well,
yeah, although the crowd's pretty excited about that, that's just what we come to expect from Tony Hall. Just a half volley, leaning back and putting it delicately over cover for a 1 bounce 4.
Open the arms a bit and carry it on.
Don't be shocked.
I'll take anyone, Kev. I've told you that in the past. That you still not yet to get you. And might get some buys here.
Oh, but
Yep.
bit loose from the wicketkeeper there from the Barmy Army. Just needs to probably bend his knees, although he's 99, it might be difficult.
He's some good signalling by Andrew Collins, the Marist Suburbs A's captain, who's one of the umpires today. And
Has that got him where it hurts the most? I think it might have.
Brad's standing all right though. He's still upright.
He's just rubbed it off like a good Marist Suburbs man does, and he's strolled down the pitch to give a high five to the opposite batsman, celebrating getting hit in the nuts.
Well, into the first over, 9 for 1 Marist. Interesting start.
Yeah, it's had everything, hasn't it, Bevin, the first over, and if that's signs of things to come, I'm really excited about this contest.
What's the I know you love a good bet, mate, but what's the odds on a super over today? We all know the English and Kiwis love a super over.
Yeah, well, wouldn't that be special? 3 in the last how long?
3
4
limited
months?
overs.
Yeah, it's really been awesome. So we can only wish for that tonight.
And that one's a little bit of a wide one, but the keeper is left it alone again, and it might pick up for 2 buys. Yes, it is.
Yes, umpire Lesbian signals 2 buys.
Bit of the 12th man coming out of here, and love to see finally the Barmy Army making their show after the final dig. I think it was.
It's great to see them back, isn't it?
I wonder if there was any chanting and singing going on as they come into bowl. And Tony Hall leaves this one wide.
Hard luck for the young left-hander. He's just trying to hang it out there outside off and get it to bend back in the wind. But being a 900 overall ball, I don't know whether that's the right option.
I'm all for the second innings, and I'll tell you what, that's fresh. Might get him to bowl second change, sorry, because I've got the new ball.
Yeah, outstanding.
And a bit of a swing and left that one alone. So no real movement, but not to be expected in these conditions, though, is it?
Well, it's the only way you're going to get some movement really is with a bit of wind. But it doesn't look like it's really hitting back for the young man here. Maybe a little bit there. That's a lot better line and length, and the batter's just tried to access the leg side and play the miss there.
Yeah, I think the bowlers have quickly realised that there's only one way that this is going to happen, and they're just going to back away and try and hit, basically.
Yeah, technique leaving a little bit to be desired there, but that's T20. That's a new age game, you know.
This one's bowled and another swing and a miss, but more buys. And if the Barmy Army are racking up some fines, the keeper's going to be looking at cashing in quite a bit today.
Yeah, I don't think he'll mind that. Certainly, if the fines are drinks, he'll be more than happy to accept a few pints after this game.
And in this heat, you kind of need a bit, don't you? And,
absolutely. Dehydration is not what you want. So
batting second, the beers taste a bit better if you open. He's missed this one. No, it's wide.
Bradley Hamilton just struggling to get bat on ball there. I don't know whether he's been practicing much this year. Maybe his beard's up his nose a bit too much and he's unsure what's going on.
Mike, are these your words or are these come from behind? Because I've got a funny feeling there's somebody chiming in from behind us here.
Mate, that's me. That's all me.
Nothing to do with Anish Desai. New bowler's Dean. Can someone do the scoreboard 14 for 1 after 2, please? A bit of a slow delivery and misfield.
It's a delightful shot down the ground, and unfortunately the young man there at mid-on hasn't been able to quite get the long barrier out. It's gone straight between his legs.
Yeah, I saw. I was watching Sporting Mishaps today, actually on the old YouTube, and it was one in baseball actually that pretty much cost them the World Series. Can't remember the teams, but first baseman missed it. Without getting the knee down.
I think you're referring to the 1983 World Series where Chuck Knobloch of the New York Yankees from second base threw a high one to the first baseman. He couldn't quite reel it in. It did cost them that World Series there, Bev.
Anyway, Brad Hamilton back on strike. And he's hoiked that round. I think there's a man underneath it. There is. Taken two.
There's the import, Matt Gordon, with an absolute screamer. Settled himself under it, and a little juggle there, but held on to it. What a super catch. Bradley Hamilton with a
no, we don't have batsman scores.
300 ball duck. Unlucky. Oh, sorry, that can't be right. We've only had 2 overs. So.
Love your enthusiasm, though, Skeet. Good to have you in the commentary for the first time. Is this your first time in commentary, or have you?
Oh, look, I've done a few stints in the CPL and IPL, but yeah, I'm off contract at the moment, so I thought I'd come make an appearance.
You didn't do too bad.
Hard luck, Bradley.
Just a minute. The microphone is really sensitive. I know, talking's fine, but just like really
Looks like
Jono's single
has gone out there. He's at the non-striker's end as the batter's crossed.
And as Tony Hall gets a bit of an inside edge,
just managed to keep that out, really zoning in on those stumps. The man in the white shirt here,
have a player list.
Dean, I think is his name.
Oh, Dean.
Yep.
Oh, Dino.
And another big swing from Tony. Ends the third over. Marist, they're about 50-50 at the moment, 17 for 2.
Yeah, in this day and age, you really want to be over sixes in the first 3 overs, but having lost those too early can struggle with the run rate due to wicket loss. So we'll see what happens as one of the imports, Gooch, comes in. I believe.
Right.
Yeah, I believe a lot of the Barmy Army are calling him Graham Gooch for this game. And if he lives up to that name, what a
The
game
home
he's
side's in
gonna
a bit
have.
of trouble, I think.
Yes, I think so.
He comes bowling his normal Saturday styles.
Yeah, no surprise there, a wide to start. That's what the A's have been doing most of the season. So we'll see if he can adjust here.
How are you?
Got, I think I saw James Walsh warming up somewhere behind me.
How are you, baby?
Maybe, but might be wrong. Oh, there he is. Oh, so I was like, maybe I'm seeing things. No, you stole my line, James. I was going to use that one. The last time I saw James Walsh had him mixed up.
We had a full conversation.
Catch
It
it.
is, it's gone straight
another
back
wicket.
to him. And the third wicket is fallen from Marist. Talk us through that one.
Yes,
Dunsky.
well, pitched up from Graham Gooch and Tony Hall just leaning back, trying to put it back over his head, but not quite getting enough on it, and a sharp catch by
19.
Graham there. 19 for 3 now, the Marist Suburbs side, and if they don't
3 overs.
get their arse into gear, they're really going to not be sending a great total.
No, it's they're falling a bit like flies at the moment as James Walsh walks out. The story with James Walsh is the fact that I went to boarding school with James for 3 years.
Where was that?
We went to Sacred Heart College in Auckland.
Yeah, it must have been fun boarding with all those girls. Oh, in Auckland, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Original, Mike. Very original. Yes, every time I say Sacred Heart, I think it's a girls' school. I've had some fun with that though.
Yes, I'm sure you have. And umpire strikes back, just giving the batter a indication of what he's bowling. Here comes Graham Gooch and bowls and playing miss
None of
there
that.
from.
Another one that's backing away.
Yes, seems to be a common occurrence so far. Again, a drop from the umpire, the wicketkeeper.
2 balls to go on the 4th over, and that was a bit high.
That's a duck move, Gooch.
And
It's a no ball.
as you can hear from the crowd, they're not very happy about that. Pretty disgusting play, that, really.
Don't know if you can call them the crowd when they're the home side though. It's alright, there's a free hits down the ground. Might go for, no, it's going to slow up.
Nice.
And they'll pick up 2 for James Walsh. There's a few people though around, and if you are in Hamilton and want to catch some T20 action, come down. Marist Park, always a good ground. Great afternoon for some T20 action as it's a bit of a swing and a miss there.
So, Bev, I haven't seen Alex Stewart play in a long time, maybe 20 years, but he's,
I would say it's about 20
he
years.
really has aged poorly there behind the wickets.
He's
hasn't he?
lost
And
some weight though.
He has lost some weight, but he's really struggling with the gloves. Bending down's not easy for him. So I'd like to have a chat with him after the game and just see what's happened over the last few years. Obviously, he's come on some tough times.
I'll be back in a sec, Mike Dunsky. I'm just going to go and get myself on camera. Fine, running, stop. He's going.
Commentators gone out to the middle of
He's forgotten his microphone though.
Bev Jenkinson just gone for a little run out as we see him come
How did that run?
come
How
back.
good is that
possibly needs a bigger size t-shirt, but lovely style. Oh, here comes Jono's single, and that's what we come to expect from the big units. He's just put away a thigh-high full toss from a big left-arm orthodox Barmy Army, and that is an absolute pie.
Apologise for the not so elegant running style that mine is.
Oh, and he's gone downtown again, and yep, cleared the field again. That's back-to-back sixes, and I think he's looking for a Yuvraj Singh record here, 6 and 6.
All the districts, 42 and 6.
Yeah, well, that's the world record in a limited overs match.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point.
List day.
And this is a list day event. You should be able to see it on Crick Info after the game.
As he goes again, but Gooch is
lovely field set from the captain, isn't it? Just making those adjustments and indicating to the bowler where he wants him to get hit. That's really good stuff from the captain there. James
Walsh almost followed him there. He just can't quite get it off his thighs.
Yeah, a little bit of deception there, possibly an arm ball, just angled in with the breeze and cramped them up.
He spots this one way to wicket and shy, but he's well home though. The Barmy Army played a game last week before the first test, and I think they went down to the Mount Maunganui side by 30 runs by memory. Oh, and this one's clean as anything. Jono Single's not wasting any time here.
Yes,
big over.
That's a super over there from Marist, really needed. Now
42 after 5.
2 after 5, and starting up that run rate, starting to go through the gears, and it is really needed.
How did Hamilton go on the weekend, Mike? I know you were up in counties there.
Yeah, we had a good game against counties. Managed to come away with the first innings win. We managed to win the toss, and that first got 420 odd, and 390. I got a bit excited there and bowled them out for 89. So it was a lovely weekend for the lads and a good performance.
Swatch just puts one to the offside and grabs a quick single. Yeah, and from memory, I think you scored a bit of a 16, didn't you? The top order not so quite failing, but not getting that many runs. We might mention there was another Marist player that was out first ball.
Yeah,
looking at the scorecard.
Marist didn't score a lot of runs that weekend, but yeah.
Peter Bocop. And so did Paddy.
Yeah, Paddy coming back into the side is great to have, and he scored a lovely 70, very aggressive towards the end of his innings and smashed through over the boundary. It's great to see him back inside.
Tell you what though, having been at the Prem match on Saturday, I'd rather watch the Hamilton one than the Prem match. The Marist Prem's game was a bit sad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
When some you lose some, this one is just elegantly played off the back foot for a single from Jono Single.
It's really playing nicely here, Jono Single, to start. He's had a couple of big shots down the ground and then just accessing the boundary riders for singles in between.
Yeah, singles all over the place. Here's playing a miss from James Walsh. One ball to come in the 6th over. That was a great delivery.
Right up in the block hole, and Jamie there just losing his balance and smashing into leg pole. Bales go flying. It was a lovely little partnership that, and the wicket there for the Barmy Army, very important just to stem the tide of runs.
44 for 4 after 6 now, and the wickets are just falling at the right time for the Barmy Army.
And here we have the search engine Google coming into
Google Masu.
face up. Not a bad cricketer, Google. Plays a little bit of Prems and A's.
Good to see Mitchell Sklenas tuning in. And is this one from Jono Single, picks up 2.
Yeah, just a full toss and sliced away over point. Good work out there on the boundary from the Barmy Army, getting around there fast and an accurate throw into Alex Stewart, who again drops it.
Hasn't cost them any buys recently though, Dunsky. So
no, he's
that's the main
doing a
thing.
good job of stopping the ball. That's for sure. Some people knew Alex Stewart as a concrete wall back there, back when he played for England.
Don't need to worry about pace.
They just play a single down.
Lovely piece of fielding, technically very correct. Getting the knee down, and that's a perfect long barrier. Great work from the captain of the Barmy Army there.
One of the batsmen waiting to come in is very busy at the moment, Dunsky. Bruce Lim, who's doing some photography, as that one's a bit of it's a no ball too, it is. No ball 4, so that'll help the scoreline.
Comments from the super coach, is it?
And umpire lesbian there, changing his decision. He originally called 4, but it looks like it's gone over the boundary there for a big fat 6. And, it's really important for the Marist side there. No ball 6 could really do some damage on this ball with the free hit.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying about Bruce, is that he's taking photos and he's also messaging me asking for the link that I'd sent him earlier. So this is a free hit and it's wide as well, so that'll be another free hit. And the runs are coming thick and fast. Take over commentary.
Yeah, I think the Barmy Army just need to reset here, do what they were doing at the start, attack the stumps, keep it nice and simple with some good set fields, and as Google gets on the front foot there and puts a lovely off drive down to long off, and well fielded again from the captain of the Barmy Army, Mike Atherton, who gets down on one knee and
love your inventiveness on these names. Very.
Is that not Mike Atherton? Maybe not.
Bill, what's his last name?
Laurie?
No. Billy Birmingham.
Oh.
Yeah, Billy Birmingham's the name I'm thinking of. Last ball of the 7th. As Jono Single gets this one, might get through the gap. Nice and
It's an
great
outstanding
saving.
piece of fielding out there. That's the stand of the Barmy Army knee going forward. We see the cover sweeper there moving quickly across to his right, putting one hand down and making a marvellous stop. And a strong throw back in, wasn't it, Bev?
Yeah, very good throw. And, their fielding does seem to get better and better as the game's going.
Now, you'd expect it to get worse with the amount of liquid being drunk, but really good work out there. I think that was one of the younger players from the Barmy Army, Stuart Broad, and he's done really well there.
There's another single to Jono Single. Good afternoon to Jono Farr, tuning in from New South Wales. Good to have you along.
Two places. 3 places.
He wasn't available, so I've got to put up with Mike Dudunsky commentating with me.
Unlucky.
Oh, you're doing all right though.
One of the imports here, Matt Gordon, to the attack, and sending down a short, rapidly rising delivery, and Jono Single playing a missing there and getting through for a bye again. Alex Stewart muffling it behind the stumps.
What's John on?
I don't have the individual scores.
It's a retired 30, that's all.
This one's played to backward point for a single. And a bit of pressure on there for a second, but gets him home safely on the misfield. just in the block hole there, Mike, and played back towards the bowler.
Yeah, lovely bowl from Matt Gordon, just putting it right up there in the block goal. Good old-fashioned Yorker.
Do you want him one more bang? Next run, we're going to do Johnny.
Yep.
That'll be a 30.
So one run away from 30 for Jono single.
You'll get to face the first ball of the next over as the batters cross. He's really played nicely here, Bev, playing with both power and accuracy to pick up ones in between.
Good to see too. I know we were struggling at the start, Mike. There's 50 viewers at the moment.
Let's act like we've had a viewer before here, Bev.
Hey, I don't mind as long as one person's watching. It makes it worthwhile.
Exactly.
You know.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this experience, and here comes the opening bowler back into the attack.
Yep, Stuart Broad, I think's his name from memory. Jono single. He'll pick up his single and for his 30. Jono!
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, lovely knock from there from Jono. He can really be proud of his efforts. He's done his club, his region and his country proud with that little knock there.
And Ryan Cole-Branson is the new batsman.
No run, no wicket.
Be interesting to see what he's got today. Been about 20 years he said since he last played.
Yeah, in fact, I've just been informed
on screen
that 20 years since he's even scored a run. So
Actually, yeah.
This is going to be pretty special if he can get off the mark here, and I would hazard a guess that the crowd would go absolutely bananas if he can get off the mark.
Crowd favourite at times. Is Google Bassu's the one on strike, and he's coming across to the
Has he fielded like
offside a little bit to open up the leg side. Doesn't get hold of that one. Wide called though.
Alex Stewart doing really well there down the leg side. He's just stuck out a pad and managed to keep it in front of him. It's a great effort there from
I was
Alex.
playing T20 last night and I was, for a fill-in team for one of the other Marist boys, and I said to them, I go, this keeper you've got's actually really good, and he was. And then, I actually found out it was John T. Grayling from the A side.
Oh, there we go.
So that was a
wonder.
superb effort behind the stumps last night. I won't mention our batting because that was a little bit abysmal to start with. Is get through for a quick single.
Lovely work in the field there by the man backing up. Really important to hunt as a pack in the field, and he's done well to get around and limit the damage there as Stuart Broad gets ready for his next delivery. And he comes and bowls and Robin,
Solid defence from RG.
and kept out. He's done well there. It's well done there from Ryan to keep that out. It was a lovely delivery.
Is a top edge swat back to the bowler almost.
I'll tell you what, Bev, he's been out of the game for 20 years but made contact with his first two balls there, and he can be really positive going forward with that effort, I think.
More than I can do most on a Thursday night playing last man stand, so 63 for 4 after 9. Do you want to update the scoreboard, mate? 63 after 9, please. Thank you.
Going at 7 and over here, Marist Suburbs, and they'll be happy with the effort so far. I think if they can push the score up to 140, which is what they're going at the moment, they'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, I think 150 you'd be happy with. It's a bit of a loopy ball, and Google just comes down and finds Gooch in the field there.
Yeah, it's lovely fielding there from Graham, just getting his front knee down and letting the ball cop it absolutely on the nose, and he's done well to get back up after that.
Here's the next one. I think RG's eyes were 10 feet wide there. seeing that one.
I think this is a great tactic. I once saw it used in the '93 Benchen and Hedges.
Yep.
Just using that flight and guile to really put it a mile above the batter's eyes and let it.
That's the interesting
Wow, what have we seen there? That's hit the edge of the pitch.
Yep.
Oh, this is league.
And
Leggy,
dead
was
ball called, so that'll be re-bowled again. It's the fun times of playing on an artificial pitch is that you certainly see when it comes off.
And there he is. His
And
first
that-
runs in 20 years.
Runs in 20 years.
Congratulations, he's off the mark again.
I'm a little bit disappointed though, Mike. There's no raise to the bat. No, there's no acknowledgement for such a fine shot for his first single in 20.
Yeah, well, I think the standard of player Ryan is he wouldn't be resting on his laurels. He'll be wanting to make improvements from there.
Another wide. Bit of consistency though from this bowler as that's his first wide he's bowled. And sometimes when you got that loop in the air, you can just about send it anywhere. I've seen them end up 3 pitches over.
Yeah, he's incredible with his accuracy here, and Google just coming down and planting it to the
Planting that
boundary. And that's going to end up on Subway in Silverdale. Might be able to get it near foot long while we go look for that one. But
I don't have individual, mate.
So how do we know when they get 30?
Guessing.
Oh, really?
So 70 for 4, 1 ball to come in the 10th, and haven't lost a wicket recently, Marist. No wood unfortunately around here to grab hold of for that one.
well, I'm pretty excited after that last shot there, Bevin. So feel free to reach around and just have a little go.
We'll try and keep it at least PG, please, Mike.
Oh, sorry.
I am trying to promote myself here and comments like that. Otherwise, you're doing a
Another
fine job.
Short one, planted out to the boundary, but a great piece of fielding there, and he's thrown it into Alex Stewart there behind the stumps, and end of another over.
71 for 4 after 10. Back in action for the 11th over.
And here's the big left-hander coming back into the attack. He threw a couple of wides down there, but he's not bad. He just runs in a nice little run in there and puts it on the money.
Would have been about
Straight at the sticks. Google playing a lovely off drive there, but again, great fielding from the Barmy Army. They've really stepped up over the last few overs of fielding.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing what the man in front of the camera almost, he's actually just off camera, can do it long on. He's not, he's standing outside the boundary and taking a couple of casual steps onto the field.
It doesn't look particularly mobile, but he might surprise us. Certainly, Jono Single took a liking to his bowling, but we'll see what he can do.
To be honest, anyone looks more mobile than me at the moment. I was doing a bit of this last night after cracking the back the second time in a few days. So.
Lovely on drive there.
Yes.
There he goes.
I don't even think Mike would cut that off himself. It was a great shot. Wide of long on.
He's placed that perfectly, hasn't he?
And as a fill-in captain at times, Mike, are you happy with this field? Or would you rather see someone go long on fine league, deep fine league to deep fine league, as I know you tend to do to some people?
Well, yeah, we provide a bike for those people to make sure they can get there fast.
Haven't seen any proof of that, mate.
I think a bit more coverage on the leg side, just the way they're bowling would be handy for the Barmy Army. But
Johnny, do you want to know if you're on 29? Do you want to know if you're on 29?
here's Ryan facing up to another left arm over delivery.
He's on too. He's left that very well.
And Alex Stewart just binning another one there behind the stumps. But he has stopped it. Again, the concrete wall staying true to his name.
Oh, I've just been doing one. I thought about it and then I was like, oh, well, if I keep consistent, doesn't matter. As thick outside edge, and that might just carry on through. It's a decent looking outfield. I think the fielders just stopped that one on the ring there, mate.
Yeah, he's done well there, short third man, as a snick past him. It can often run away during the summer here in New Zealand, and he's just stuck the old foot out right on the boundary and managed to keep it in.
81
keep it to 2 runs.
81 for 4 after 11. Just a reminder, Mike, there's some binos there if you need them. Might need them in the second innings. Having trouble with my because of my settings, because I'm blind as anything. How did you feel out there, Jono?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I bet it did some clean ones too. So might have a couple of league buys. I'll pick up 2.
I think he's just managed to whip that off his pads, and Google must be getting very close to a retirement here. He's managed to play a few nice shots. 28. 2 runs away from a
arguments on the individual score. Bit of disorganisation on my behalf. Actually, he's gone! And I tell you what, we're going to have to talk to RG about that dismissal, because that is unfortunate. Nobody likes seeing it.
Retire Google at the same time.
I think we need to send that out to our crack cam cameraman just to check if the bowler got a hand on that, and yes, it looks like he has. That's a super effort there, just getting that little pinky finger down and knocking it back onto the stumps. You don't like batters to be seen going out like that.
No one likes it.
No one likes it, but Ryan's taking it nicely there and walking off. And
Bowler will take it though.
his first run's in 20 years, so he's got to be kind of happy with that effort.
Nick Shoston, as you see the man on screen there. And that's, yeah, we might have to wait a little bit till we talk to RG about that one.
Yeah, he's not going to be too happy, but he looked like he took it pretty well, realising that it was a great bit of work.
Might even make the highlights reel, unfortunately.
Oh, lovely shot there from Basu,
And
carving it through the covers for 4.
extra cover for 4.
And I think that's him. I think that's him done, Bev.
And Bruce Lim, the new batsman.
Stand up.
There's a good innings there from.
Brucey, so go for gold. Take it out first ball. Yeah.
Great innings there from Googles.
He's done really well there, just to carry on the impetus from China Single, and another retirement is exactly what Marist needs here.
Bruce Lim, the man on screen there. What do you think of that new initiative brought to the Bev's broadcasting live stream there,
Tell you
Mike?
what, just adds that professional nature that you always bring to the broadcasting, Bev. Bruce Lim here on a pier, but can't get out, so he's just launched it over the top of mid-off, and he's going to come back for 2. I believe Bruce Lim that's the first runs from that new bat that he's got there. A lovely labour and wood, looks like a lovely blade as the bowler comes in again. Short, and Bruce Lim pulls backward of square.
And that's 4 runs.
He's picked up 4. Lovely shot there, straight out of the meat of the bat, and really great start there from Bruce Lim. 6 off 2.
Yeah, well, he can certainly bat. I've played a few games against him. One actually out here, and it was my batting that won the game for us. So I was, when I'm a bowler, I'll take that when the batting.
I've always
Once.
said every single person in the team has to bat, Bev.
Yep.
You know, there's no batters and bowlers. Every single person has to be a batter. So.
And Joe Donald and I love talking about the last time I played against him, which was another Marist Suburbs team 22 not out, high score still. In actually any format, unfortunately. 5 drop catches, 2 run outs, 2 stumpings, and saw the team through in the end.
Alex Stewart again, like a panther behind the sticks there, doing a great job just sticking out the left mitt and managing to keep it from extras. And Gooch Graham also starting with another wide.
That's just
watch out
round.
for the post, mate. Jeez,
Can't quite see it because of the stationary camera, but
the old mate just
Shoston
ran into the old rugby post there.
Justin had the man running around, no padding on it. Is Ryan Gilbranson? I don't think you want to see this comment, mate, because someone's been, someone's been a little bit harsh. Simon Rayner there, I think, chiming in with his thoughts on your dismissal.
Mate, as a Marist man, you can never expect too many favourable comments from a Morrinsville guy, can you? So, mate, anything not calling me those 4-letter words is I'll take, you know.
Yep.
And mate, he's an Aussie at the moment, so you don't trust anything an Aussie man says, do you?
Well, especially when he's holding onto a bit of sandpaper.
No, that's right.
So
Good to see Simon tuning in though. Over in Australia, over in Melbourne at the moment. So hopefully he's heading along to the Boxing Day test later on this year.
As Nicholas Shoston just drives one down to mid-on and they take 2 on the arm as he bowls it in. Lovely effort. Ryan, so first runs in 20 years. How does that feel out there?
Mate, I was just getting into it, eh? You know, and it's one of those ones, what's the old phrase, it's like kissing your sister. What a way to get out. But no, it was good. What an enjoyable day. Good bit of banter out there. And
Is there much talk?
nah, not as much as you'd like. You know, not from the Barmy arm. You know, you'd expect a little bit. But I expect them actually to be a little bit cock-a-hoot, because I mean they're probably doing a lot better than they thought they might have been. 101 for 5 are we? So
Yep, I'm just keeping very good track of the overs at the moment. So 102 after 13.
14. So Ryan,
Good thing I'm keeping count.
yeah. So Ryan, never a nice way to go out. What did you say to the bowler there as you went past, just congratulating him?
I said,
Well done, good work. Yeah.
I said you got to take those ones. You know.
Yep.
Nah, I mean, hey, great reflexes from a guy who's
Jono, you
spending
got
his
13?
entire holiday on the
13
tubes.
Yeah,
To get
exactly.
down and actually touch it, and then for it to go on. But I turned around, I couldn't believe it, because I was actually a little bit mindful. So 19 years, you know, since I've swung the bat or rolled the arm, and I got out there and I thought, right, my old coach used to say, you know, keep your bat down, walk in with the bowler.
Play the maker's name.
Yep. And yeah, so I thought I did everything right, and then to turn around, once he hit it, I turned around and yeah, my head just dropped.
Very unlucky, and I mean, Beefy Botham's been out of the game for a long time there, but he still has the reactions to manage to chip it back onto the stumps there. So very unlucky.
Mate, I think I'll shout him a beer. Like, as I say, to get down that far, I don't think I would. I think I'd probably just let it slide by and expect the man in the deep to grab it.
I think the only man in international cricket history, playing history, you know, when they were playing, that could ever do that sort of thing was Merv. Big Merv, you know. A guy of that size.
Move.
I love him. I want to put him, get him up here.
104 for 5. 13.3. 104 for 5, 13.3.
As Bruce goes down on one knee, just swivels it around down the fine leg, and hey, I'll tell you what, I don't know if anyone's seen that, but there was a great field of the kid in the red hat down there. Even got down on one knee, put the wall down.
Yeah, well, it's great to see the young fans come out for such a fine occasion, and they're surrounding the ground here, and great bit of fielding from the young man down there.
What's he played there, officer?
Yeah, normally games I've played against Bruce, he's opened the batting, so he certainly can do more than hold the bat.
Now, as the Marist Suburbs team, we never really got together and talked about tactics. To be fair, we didn't even talk about the batting lineup. But I think it's fair to say that we might have gone with a bit of a strategy. Let's put our best batsman in last.
I think Nick Shoston would take that.
As a strategy to try and get the most runs available, it's probably not the best, but it certainly seems that way at the moment.
So 110 after 14.
So what Stuart Broad out here with a cricket hat on.
Yes.
He's a bit of a weapon.
Yes.
You know, I was a little bit nervous facing him, I'll be honest.
I don't think anyone can argue when you know, if you take one look at him, he just looks like Stuart Broad, doesn't he? And he tends to bustle in a little bit like him too. And we're back. Do apologise for the technical issues. Marist Suburbs 133 for 5 as Nick Shoston goes down the ground for a single. There's that score along to 134. There may be at times where the stream does drop off. Do stay with us though, it'll be back up as soon as possible. As I think Macca might have even put off Bruce Lim there as he's walking past. Some fielding changes going on. Currently my commentators have ditched me for now. They'll be back though. And as Bruce Lim gets a bit of a long hop. And there's a call for where's the dive, but he's missed it completely. It's gone for 4. 138 for 5. Thanks for those that have tuned back in. Just tuning in for the first time. Marist Suburbs batting first in the 17th currently. As Mike Dudunsky's back after helping himself to another. Technology, mate, this is what happens at times, eh?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating, but that's just the way it goes, isn't it? Just great to be back and watching Bruce Lim here play a really lovely knock.
Yeah, I think he's had the nod that this is probably their last over. So he must have got runs on that.
Yeah, umpire strikes back there at the bowler's end, not signalling buys, so 4 runs to the total.
Yeah.
We're going to send in Joe in at the end of this one.
This next one to Bruce Lim. Sad to wait for a bit. It's gone
Alex
up. Alex
Stewart,
Stewart.
nice. You really need to pull out the dive. Alex Stewart from 40 years ago would have got there, but a super slower ball there from the bowler. Just rolling the fingers over it. And
Have we got a record crowd going? How many viewers?
They got up to 56. It dropped. It's just dropped before because I've had to.
Oh, he's just hit left-handed.
I think he's gone switch hit there and picked up 2. Is it? It's a good throw, but Alex Stewart having some problems once again.
lovely backing up there from the boundary rider as he cuts it to 2.
Glenn's.
Joe Donald and John Spenner's the new batsman.
First ball's a free hit, Glenn's. Is that a new bit of wood, Glenn's? Not shopping. 3 overs.
As we see Joe Donald and Sklenners coming in to replace Bruce Lim and Shosty after a lovely partnership. At times they're really ramping up the run rate, these two, and hopefully Sklenners and Joe Donald can carry that on.
Bruce, what's that big red mark on the edge of your bat? Was that from last week?
I said it also.
Good too. Marist always getting some good sponsors in. You know, that keeps the club running.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's essential for any club to have a bit of support from the community around them, and Marist certainly putting the work in to get those.
145 after 17.
As Sklenners here faces up to his first ball. Now, he can't get out on the first ball here, and
Got the loopy.
he's got the loopy one, and he's deposited it into the gap at mid-wicket, and the fielder coming around there and just keeping it to 1.
Well, it might have been might be 30 years for John Sklenar since he last played cricket, I'd say. It's been 20 for RG.
He's certainly a few.
Oh, Joe Donald's liking this. Some great fielding.
Piece of fielding out there. Joe Donald with his helmet went searching for that wide one and managed to put it out to the boundary rider, but one is all they get.
Yeah, he certainly opened it up with a couple of skips down the pitch.
His eyes lit up, and the Barmy Army enforcing some changes here, looking
So
at
they've done
pack the
some
league side.
hard research. I'd love to know where they've got their research from, though.
Well,
They're
you know,
shifting their field round.
these days in cricket you can get footage on anybody, and certainly they've raked the archives for some footage on Splinters and Joe Donald, that's for sure. Paddy there from the Barmy Army, just ringing the changes out there on the boundary.
I think it's Party, to be honest. Gooch!
A stunner, an absolute stunner at cover.
Gooch just taken a brilliant one.
Graham Gooch, the former England captain, just diving across to his right and taking an absolute screamer.
And what's unfortunate is it is literally just off camera. It is just off camera too.
Oh, that's a bugger for the viewers at home, but certainly watching it live, that was great to watch. And unfortunately, Splinters has been outdone by a super catch there.
I was thinking, Bev, what a great time to talk about donations towards Bev's broadcasting. An extra camera would be quite nice now, eh? So if anybody would like to donate, what's the best way to do that?
Just go on to. Just get in touch. Actually, I'm not sure whether my Give a Little page is still up, to be honest. Yeah, you put me on the spot there because I told you to. I asked you to give us your best. What a catch!
What a catch! What a catch! Super effort, that. Really marvellous stuff.
Yeah, I'm always looking for funding. Small digital camera does the work. Oh,
Look at that.
there's a brilliant hit by Jono. That's a big six. Back into the batting after having a quick 30. 2 overs left with 1 ball to come. In the 18th, 153 for 6.
Yeah, super shot that from Jono Single, just taking a skip down the wicket, getting on the half volley and depositing it over long off for 6.
It's probably the bowling he likes, I would say. Get into position early and just get it out of the vegetable of the bat. Can he get it this time? No, he can't.
Not always easy to hit the lollipops like that.
No.
Joe Donald there just sprinting back for 2. That's the intentions that the Marist side need to see over these last couple of overs.
155.
Yep. Some good commitment there, but I think Joe too knew that last ball of the over, so he'd get first ball of the next.
That may have been his intention, Bev, but certainly worked out well for Marist either way.
6, 7 down.
6.
19, 18.
18. You're asking the hard questions, eh? Scott doing the scoreboard for us.
Got to change a bowler here now down the same end.
I think it's the one of the females on the park for the Barmy Army, and the fielder has completely misjudged the side of that one.
Yeah, unfortunately the Hamilton Sun just dropping down to eye level for the league side fielders, and he hasn't quite picked that one up, and unfortunately his reactions has meant that that's gone across the boundary for 4.
So after Gooch's effort in that last over, how do you guys rate Mitchell Satner's scream at short cover the other day?
Oh mate, that was gold, wasn't it? The reaction time, I just thought it was gold.
Yeah, it was a fantastic catch just to see it early, get across and take it so cleanly from at that pace was awesome. And if the guy didn't have the personality of a fish slice, I'd really be excited for him.
He's not too quite keen on the commentary either, actually. I've asked him. Oh, Joe Donald gets it in bottom edge. I think that one was asking for us to take a catch or take cover, but he's completely missed that one.
Yeah, it's gone about 1 metre, that one. He's really got a hold of it.
Can he get hold of this one? No, he can't. It's wide.
I don't know whether this is just my eyes deceiving me, but Alex Stewart has really loosened up over this innings. And he's starting to really move well there behind the stumps, getting across there to prevent extra wides.
The deception of speed. It comes in so slow. You think you've got so much time, but really you overplay it a lot of the time. And that's what I was worried about with our lollipop man. I know that I swung at a couple of loose ones.
Well, I think I described your first one that you had as your eyes were about 10 feet wide. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct, Bev. To be fair, it put me in check. I realised I had to just slow down, and I got a good word in my ear after that, actually, from my man at the other end. Forgiveness for not knowing his name. But he came down and said, mate, just slow down and play it on its merits. And I felt like I got into the game a little bit after that.
It's a great piece of advice, isn't it? And as Stuart Broad comes back into the attack for his third over.
Can we do the score? It's 161. Yeah, 161.
I really feel, Bev, with cricket, there's no better sport than classic one-liners. You know, they can just be used over and
just
over
over the
again.
top. For sorry.
As they move along, now this is Marist's last over, of course, so I want to see a few more boundaries. We're sitting at 165 for 6 now. What do you think is a respectable score in the last over? What can we get up to?
Well, I think anything over 170 in a T20 event is going good, especially with these shorter boundaries here at Marist.
And
We've spilled one. We've spilled one over our
the fielder probably wishes I'd said what I was going to say before that delivery, that Jono was once, to get 5 runs off 5 balls with the way Jono's batting. Almost the commentator's curse creeping in there.
Yeah, Stuart Broad wasn't happy with that one as he rips in another one.
Can I ask, though, is Stuart Broad ever happy about anything?
He doesn't look it. He's an Englishman, so the weather's probably getting him down, for the majority of the time. But no,
I was meaning the actual.
Yeah, no, he's not a happy camper, is he?
No.
Really?
Does fair swing a bat though. Doesn't like it up him, they say.
No.
Doesn't like it up him. Oh, and
He certainly didn't like it around his pads at the mount. That was for sure. What a rip snorter of a ball that was from Wagner.
What a way to finish the match. I mean, he's just steamed in all day, and to produce something like that to get the final wicket, and his reaction really says it all about how much that meant, and it was great to see.
Alright, 2 balls to go. I think we'll have to come back to that Wagner thing though. As Jono single lines it up. I'm going to have to duck because that. Oh no! Bruce Love has missed it completely. That is a massive 6.
That has gone a long way there, planting it over the commentator's box. And Bruce Lim hanging out behind has absolutely got
Delete it.
a pinky on it. Barely a hand. Very embarrassing for the young man.
We are sitting under a gazebo though, so he was unsighted for a while.
So Stuart Broad, and for the last ball of the innings.
As he
Nice-
misses out.
Nice dot, but they managed to get through with a single.
Right, end of the 20 overs for Marist. 174 for 6. Final words from you, Ryan, because you'll be out there fielding in a second.
Yeah.
Are you feeling confident about that?
Well, I think we've got a respectable total there after a tough start. Let's be honest, it was tough. I think the thing that will disadvantage us a little bit is the boys have had a few brown fizzies on the sideline, and now we've got to go in and field. So as long as we can keep our mind and eye on the ball, I think we'll be okay. 174 is good.
Ryan, if I can offer you some advice there, if you're seeing 3 balls, choose the middle one. And that'll be my advice for the second dig. The Barmy Army, they're going to put up a fight here. We know that the English-New Zealand rivalry has really kicked off over the last couple of years, and it's going to be great to see the second innings, Bev.
Yeah, well, stay tuned. It'll be coming up very shortly. Short turnaround for everything, I think. batting, bowling, and the Aussies as well. The other V. Join us back very shortly.
In favour of the.
Is this going on Cricket Info or not?
No, it's live on Facebook. It's far better than Cricket
Oh,
Info.
okay. Oh, that's way, yeah, there's way more people.
John.
Bevin. So we got John from first ball is a good swat, and Bradley Hamilton with probably a bit of work to do on his throwing skills there. Now, John, you've joined us at the table here. You how are you feeling about the 175, guys?
Simple.
Fast score, I think.
Fast score.
score.
It's basically what we're saying too. And I'll tell you what, 2 off 2's not bad. Bruce Lim with a bit of quick flick there. Gets through.
So we thought Alex Stewart really aged over the last 30 or so years since he was playing behind the stumps for England back there. A few drops behind the stumps. How do you think his performance went?
Well, he's not. Oh, nice wide ball. Alan's didn't have a bad day.
Didn't have a bad day, yeah. Well, he certainly seemed to loosen up as the day went on. It looked a bit stiff early, but
The fine's got less and less.
He did well down the leg side, and there was plenty down the leg side.
Absolutely. So, how do you think the Barmy Army is going to go about this chase? What's the plan?
Early.
Youngsters in early.
Yeah, take the quick singles.
Absolutely.
Just a single. No one volunteered to do the camera today, so it is just a stationary one, as usually is the case. With my setup, but it's right, does the job.
As Joe Donald comes in and bowls, and it's lifted in the air and
Taken.
Barmy, possibly his first catch ever. In fact, one game earlier this season he binned 5 in one game, so that's a real special start for Marist as the captain of the Barmy Army, Mike Atherton, heads to the crease.
Hardy. So John, you said you've been in the country 3 weeks. Were you in Tauranga last weekend?
I was,
for the
yeah.
first test.
Yeah.
How did you like that venue?
It's a lovely venue.
Yeah.
Not the best I've seen, but very close to it.
A lot of work been done on that Bay Oval. Mike, have you played there before? I know.
Yeah, we did play there a few times when it had just been developed, and obviously with the addition of the lights and the new changing rooms there, absolutely fantastic. So as a player, fantastic to play at, for sure.
Very good to see it being added to the test list. And have you been to Seddon Park before, John?
No,
No?
my first test was in Tauranga. That was
Okay,
my
yeah.
first test match.
Very good, very good. So
Not a bad place to see
yeah, it would be
cricket from.
interesting to see how you compare Tauranga to Seddon Park, which is probably, with the Basin Reserve, the premier test venue in New Zealand, wouldn't you say, Bev?
Well, you're the only second person who's ever said that to me. I've ever heard say that.
Really?
The one's me.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I say
me and
that
you.
too. I've actually
we're
never
on the
made it
same
down.
page.
I've been round the basin, but I've never been inside it.
Fantastic park, fantastic stadium.
If you've never been, not quite sure of the Basin Reserve, there's that Bunny O'Neill into the attack. It's at a big roundabout, and the cricket field's smack bang in the middle, and a lot of New Zealand cricket history being played there. What?
Yeah, it certainly has the most history behind it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Basin Reserve. Bunny starts with a dot ball there, just sliding it past Mike Atherton.
Where in the UK are you from, John?
I'm from Sussex. So here follows Joffre,
You got Joffre? Yeah.
Joffre, Chris Jordan, the guys that like to bowl super overs.
Those
Wait,
bloody super
hey,
overs.
Mike.
I knew that had to come up.
I'm sure there was no mention of super overs though.
Oh, I've actually forgotten the last 3 months of cricket between New Zealand and England. I just remember last weekend. So
Yep. Hey, but also amongst the sport, there's also the fact that we did win the Netball World Cup, the only World Cup that's been played this year. Don't know what Rugby or Cricket World Cups there have been, or when they are, but
John-
only the Netball World Cup's been played this year.
John, you must be super excited to see Joffa in New Zealand coming out. Super talented, isn't he?
He is. I just think it's great. I've seen him over the last 5 years. He started off very shy, and he's actually come out of himself and actually learned his own trade at Sussex. So
I'm hoping the business at the end of that first test doesn't affect him. I don't think he seems to be a player that would. I think it was just more of a case of making sure it's being known that that incident happened. Is that what you believe?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, since he's come off as one person, I just hope people who are sitting near him said something and flagged it up, and they should have done that straight away.
Yeah, very good point.
It shouldn't be in any sport whatsoever.
No,
Or
it
life
shouldn't.
in general.
Absolutely.
Just anything.
Absolutely.
It's an interesting action from. Do you know? Can you see who that bowler is like?
Yeah, that's Nicholas Shoston
Nick-
coming with a bit of off spin.
was-
He's recently given up the off spin and been bowling centres, but it looks like he's gone back to a bit of off spin for tonight, and does get some prodigious turn at times.
Not enough flight.
Not enough flight for you, John. Yeah, pretty flat.
It's as flat as the Hauraki Plains compared to John. So,
Yeah, John uses absolute flight and goal to get his opponents out. So understandable why he wouldn't think that's enough flight.
It's got to go 20 yards up.
Above the eye line, isn't it, John? Above the eye line.
Oh, of course, well above the eye line.
Yeah, I agree. Great, good fielding down there by Matthew Misson with a strong arm in. Luckily backed up by 3 or 4 of the Marist Suburbs, who look like a tight unit so far, Bev. Although never having played or trained together as
As
a
a
specific
cohesive unit,
team,
yep.
they look up for this. As a leg spinner comes out from Shoston.
got that behind square though.
He's dealt to it. He's put it away for 2. Mike Etherton, lovely shot off his pads.
Is it 2? I actually think that.
Looks like they've just called it 2.
Yeah.
It's a long boundary down
Matt.
there.
Is it 4? 2. On board to cover the third over.
So, Johnny, what are you looking to see out of the English side going into the Sim Park Test?
I want to see their batting hold up. That's where we loosened up. They didn't actually look and hold and play for the balls. They tried to score runs too quick. Test cricket is a test. Face the balls, put away the bad ones. Although there haven't been many bad ones. There weren't any of the Bay Oval.
I wonder whether it's something that has flowed on from the one-day side in the World Cup with Morgan as captain, being a very aggressive captain and promoting that aggressive approach.
No ball being called out there. So it'll be a free hit as well as that single being taken. Tell you what, I'm actually quite amazed I can multitask like this.
Doing well, Biff. Doing well.
I was also glad towards the end of the innings they did start to bowl fuller. Joffrey gets used as a short ball player, and he should.
Mike Etherton is absolutely swatting that over mid-wicket and picking up 4 runs, and that's really what's needed from the Barmy Army here, as they just a little bit behind the run rate.
Yeah, but I think that's more due to the fact that Joffrey's played a lot of one-days compared to tests, so isn't it, John?
As for England, he's much better. Full ball, he can swing it both ways. I do have the fun of seeing him many a time in partnership with the new and upcoming bowler Ollie Robinson.
Yes.
He's been selected and going on the extra training for England Lions.
Yeah, sure.
Been an overthrow thrown out there too, by the way. So get through for 2 off a of an easy single in the end.
So I do like to slightly wide. Wider than any ball I bowled.
take that any day, eh, John?
including the one that hit the edge of the pitch.
No, that was the leg break.
Leg break.
The leg break,
That's
yeah.
what that is what Bev
I
thought.
don't-
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, it's bowled up leg stump.
Mike Atherton's
Right,
chopped it
from
back
Navy
onto the
building.
stumps. Well, the former England captain, unfortunately, has just chopped that one on, and he looks disgusted there. But sometimes that's what happens. And he's was just done and find his feet with a lovely shot over mid wicket and then one over cover. And the Barmy Army really didn't need that at this stage.
Not at all.
Here comes former England captain Graham Gooch, who's picked up a tan over the last 35 years, and he's going to be coming in to face the bowling.
3. We're in the 4th, but just 21.
Hard luck.
Not bad.
Just starting to get in the flow of things.
I'm scratching my head at the moment, trying to think who was it. There was always a good discussion in the 70s between Laurie and I don't know whether it was Gooch or someone else. Death with pads on. Who was affectionately known as Death with pads on?
Before my time.
Well, it's before mine too, Tom.
I'm only a youngster.
You're a couple of years old. You're only a couple of years older than me.
Sorry? I'm only in my 30s.
Yeah, I'm in my 30s as well.
Well, I mean, Bev, to be fair to John, you brought it up, so...
Yeah, no, okay, well I was catching.
Oh, as Graham Gooch comes down and launches one over cover, well fielded on the boundary by Matthew Misson and whips it in, just keeping it to one.
It was, as far as I know, it was a reference to how quickly their scoring rate was, and especially at
Right,
the birth
right.
of one dayers.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So, otherwise known as Keir Betley nowadays, Death and Pads. Some of the Hamiltonians will get that reference.
Do too bad, like yeah.
Very slow, both between the wickets and in the run rate.
Well, you know more about him than I would.
Here comes Google Vasso into the attack, and it'll be interesting to see if we can generate some spin. A prodigious turner of the ball, Google, as he starts with a wide down leg, as tends to happen for Marist, first ball.
Yeah, but cricket, going back to Keir, he does, according to Cricket HQ, I must say that these stats are only according to Cricket HQ,
Sure.
does have a strike rate of 103. So,
Yeah, well, that tends to happen when you're batting 8 and you come in needing 6 runs and you just hit a 6, Bev, and then the other time you get out for a duck. That's what,
that's an opening talking, don't you reckon, John?
you know.
That's an opening batsman talking.
It is indeed.
See, Bev, I believe stats can't tell you everything, and you've got to look at the context of the game they've played in. And certainly for me, I've seen Keir bat a lot, and he is a snail in pads, to be fair. I'd be surprised if he scores a run every 300 balls.
Michael Bevin, are you playing this Saturday?
I won't be anymore. Oh, no, yes, I am, and we'll be taking on Keir, so we'll see what he can do.
So, because Marist Suburbs do have Melville this weekend, I'll be turning up and scoring to the start of the match. I'm actually off to.
Always.
Oh, that's a big one!
Damn,
That
Gooch.
is.
3 points.
It is too. He signalled it.
Picks it straight over the black dot, and the rugby post get a little tickle up there. So I think that should be probably max zone 12. I would have thought.
I was calling it from here, and I thought it might have just snuck outside the right hand uprights.
Yeah, just maybe with
we
a
are on
breeze,
an
a
angle.
little late movement, maybe.
But
just
Matt
nothing.
Misson signalled the goal.
Very good. Very good
AFL.
shot from Graham there. And that's certainly bragging rights over.
Oh, he goes again.
He's tried to launch it again, but just rattled into his pads there.
Now, John, we'll talk about that day in July, as some of us like to call it. Oh, Gooch has gone big again.
Graham putting on a clinic here, smacking Google for 2 sixes in that over.
Yeah, it was 3. 41 for 2
I didn't see
after
the other
5.
one, but, over there, yep, sure.
And the English, the Kiwi trader of the English is doing the damage.
Well, I don't know whether Graham Gooch is from New Zealand. Certainly he's put a tan on in the last 20 years, but he's playing nicely here, Bev.
So, as I said, going back to that day in July, do you believe in a 100 over match, 102 overs, that it coming down to boundaries, which has been scrapped now, was a fair way to decide a World Cup?
No.
No. Do you reckon it should have been decided another way, or do you reckon a tie would have been a fair?
I like how they've actually said now the Super Over will continue until there's a result.
Keep going until there's a result.
That's
Yep.
what it should have been.
Another Super Over after that.
I think for T20 that's fair enough. I
Yeah.
don't know about 50 overs though. It tends to,
Yeah.
it again draws that out more.
I think there's going to be a split opinion about that, and we obviously know that boundaries wasn't really a fair way to split those two sides that were so even.
Graham Gooch has gone massive
Graham
again.
just launches one over the leg side, one bounce 4, and that's going to go down to the local Kmart, and we'll have to pick that up a little bit later.
Kmart, is that next to Subway?
It is, indeed, yep.
So we're joined by the English opener. We've been calling you Stuart Broad because you do have you look a bit like him. So what is your name? Sorry,
Jack Hopkins.
G'day, Jack.
Thanks for coming in, Stuart Broad. Please.
John's actually given up his seat himself.
John's vacated the commentary box.
Oh,
you missed out there.
that just balls us up.
Gooch!
And it's 4 runs.
Graham, you're off.
Listen. Tell me he's 30.
Yeah. We don't have the individual.
So, Stu, how do you think the bowling went out there?
I think it went pretty well, to be honest.
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, I think
we're impressed with your 3 overs.
Yeah,
Yep.
annoyed that he didn't pick the slow ball, but he still hit me for 6. So.
Is that the one where we were ducking under? I
Yeah.
think it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
As Alex Stewart, former England wicketkeeper, comes out to bat. I don't know what sort of confidence did you have in Alec catching the ball as you were bowling?
Oh, I think
today?
that fairly confident, but I think considering he had a bit of a bloody nose, I think there's a good commitment there.
What about they said they should get that shit going again, mate?
As Graham Gooch, former England captain, comes off with a retired 30. Really played nicely there. Few big hits, wasn't there, Bev?
Oh, definitely. Not the biggest that we won't name who the bowler was. We'll leave that one alone.
Stewie's had a tough couple of weeks. We'll leave him alone. As Alec just pops one up onto the leg side and doesn't look, even though it's
running
gone
away from him,
most of the way to the boundary, they're going to struggle through for 1.
So, Stu, did you play in the Mount Maunganui game?
No, I didn't, sadly. I didn't know what was happening, but when I saw the message on Facebook today, I knew that I had to
Come on down.
come
Yep.
along, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Toby Marriott, media person.
Yep.
And he was saying that we're struggling a little bit, so might need some help.
It was actually one of my friends from England tagged us in it. We were just sitting at home, not really knowing what to do, and then we thought, great idea.
So whereabouts are you UK based?
Yes.
There's too many U's in there.
So we're currently friends with Face at the moment. We're travelling around New Zealand at the moment, so we thought we'd have to watch both of the tests.
Yep.
So we're just staying with a friend 10 minutes down the road. Very hot there.
Beautiful.
Playing a great match.
Call it 6 over. Full
toss,
toss
Put
and
away
4 runs.
mid wicket for 4.
Ryan Bill Branson can't get that one off.
Are you not counting how many he's got? No. Yeah. He hasn't had many so far. Yeah, he's had a couple of fours. I think it's his first 4. Oh, I think he had 1 more.
Marty, 57 after 6.
57 after 6 then.
So you back off home after the second test, or are you sticking
no,
around?
I'm staying till the end of December.
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah,
So no trip to South Africa then
No.
for you?
No, well then we're going off to South America just for a couple of months as well, just travelling around because you just finished school.
Go and visit Pablo. Yeah, fair enough too.
So whereabouts in the UK do you live?
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, yeah. So who do you have for Yorkshire, sorry. I'm not...
Yep.
yeah, I knew there was one big name at least.
Oh, he's averaging less than Southey at the moment.
Yes, that is a great stat. Tim Southey, the
Saw
great
that the
all-rounder.
other day. Yeah, not looking too good for it.
As Alec just rocks back and pumps one through square leg
There's
to the
been
sweeper. for
There's a
one.
lot of talk during that first test actually about Joe Root having
Yeah.
the captaincy.
There's
And
a lot.
you reckon not a great option, or
Well, I think the problem is a lot of people are saying yeah, it's not, but who can you really put in place? Because England's got a reputation for ruining their all-rounders, so we don't really want to give it to Stokes. There's not a huge amount of options to give it to.
Terrific shot there from Tom as he launches a cover drive and
tries it again.
Tom comes back with a nice Yorker there that just beats the bat outside off and goes through to the keeper for a dot. They're trucking away nicely here, the Barmy Army, looking at a run rate just under 10.
Yeah,
And if they can
just
keep
in
this
front.
up, they'll certainly be going a long way to winning it.
And Stu, what did you think of the first test? What was your thoughts?
Well, I think it was nice to be there for such an incredible test. New Zealand scoring 600, even though it's not a team I support, it's amazing seeing a team do that. And obviously, I think that we kind of threw it away a bit. Didn't really bowl well at all.
Yep.
And I think didn't use
62.
Archer effectively, and nobody was really on foot really. And then
I think too, one of the things that came out of that test is that it didn't, unfortunately for England, unfortunately for New Zealand, sorry, so it wasn't part of the Test Championship, so it was really nothing there to
yeah, I know there wasn't a huge amount of motivation behind.
Can you explain to me why that wasn't a part of the Test Championship, Bev?
It was due to the scheduling, from what I understand, is that it was still under the Future Tour programs, and while the Test Championship was still being sussed out, because from what I understand, the Test Championship was kind of not so much rushed, but it happened all of a sudden.
Wasn't even had notice behind it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea though.
Yeah, so do I.
And it does put a lot more meaning into Test cricket.
Certainly some great innovation there from the ICC.
Oh, good shot at the stumps from Bruce with the gloves on.
Big gloves. And Alex playing a nice little hand here. He's been out of the game for a while now, but even though he's aged a lot, he looks like he knows what he's doing out there, controlling this chase as he hits another lovely shot out to the leg side sweeper. Unfortunately, due to his mobility, he can only run one.
Well, RG with his half a foot steps down there got round to it pretty quick actually.
He actually looks a little bit like Gladstone Small, former England bowler out there with no neck.
We might have to watch what we say about our players.
Well, especially sponsor.
Though, Mike.
Puts money in.
Well, actually, no. Some have said they're going to listen back. So,
Well, he had a commentary stint in the first half.
Well, he did
so,
too, yep.
So you know he's playing the game. He knows what's up.
and Know Your Building does do quite a lot of work for both the cricket and rugby. You know, and as we said,
Yeah, and he's a fantastic contributor to the community and to Marist. And, it's great to see him out there actually, Bev.
Yep.
Spend lots of money in our country, man. We need
Big appeal from Bruce from the court behind, but my deaf ears said there was nothing there.
As he misses one that goes straight under him, the big harbour bridge.
You got to
And
give. Would you give
it'll
that
cost
one
him a little
to?
league bye.
Would you give that to Alec? No, Stu, for his movement and
I
crease,
think it would, yeah. Moving around.
kind of threw
Lift you on the
Bruce
crease.
off. 67 Marty after 8. Brad Hamilton into the attack, and I think that's the first time we might have seen him today.
Yes, it is, Bev. I'm really excited about this opportunity to watch him bowl. He's been talking up his bowling at trainings, but I haven't seen him train once. So, yeah, and as we see there, a bit of pace behind it, but certainly too full, and it's gone away for 4 no balls.
Oh.
And with the free hit to follow, that's going to hurt Brad as he starts his spell. And Alex Stewart, where do you reckon he'll be targeting here, Bev?
Oh, 360, I reckon.
Oh, he's another no
hooked it
ball,
round,
and he's
big drop
and,
too.
and Bunny.
No ball in.
Even though it's a no ball, Bunny's sticking true to his form and dropping another one. That's his 6th drop in about 2 games. Hard luck for the young fella, but obviously it didn't matter.
Well, there's 8 off none.
Out of none.
8 off none there, and another free
Not
hit.
revolved. Not revolved.
Now he's managed.
Not revolved.
Good, Tom.
No, I think so.
No, that's what they told me. That's what the umpires told me.
He's managed to hit the facilities there and get a 1 down to long on. That's more like what he wants.
As Anish Desai joins
Doubles.
in.
Did you see the naked chick over there?
Oh, man.
Thanks for that, Goldie. His commentary sent us over after 1 comment. That's your measuring sticks, Stu, when you go home and say that you joined in commentary.
Wow, really?
You can compare yourself to that one.
It's a pretty stock standard contribution from our.
Oh, Boldham!
Oh, as Bradley Hamilton comes in with an absolute beauty on middle stump, and he's dispatched the former English wicketkeeper Alex Stewart middle stump, and he's knocked the stumps over there. Bev, must have been a bit of pace behind that one.
Yeah, I'd say so. I reckon if we talked to Brad, he would say it was going about 150 k's an hour. And
Pretty tough to do off 2 steps,
Yeah.
but he's managed to do it there.
Jack Hopkins, aka Stuart Broad, out to bat.
And we can expect big things from this young man. I think he's a better player than what Stu is with the bat, and I'm looking forward to watching this.
Should be very entertaining. So going back to end of the first innings, we were talking about Neil Wagner.
Wagner, yes.
Wagner, yep.
Yes.
Oh, I tell you what, he's not happy. Alex Stewart is not happy. And he throws the bat down for the 2nd time for good measure.
Well, Alec was always known as a hothead in his times playing for England, and he's just carried that on into his senior years.
Didn't look too bad out there, though.
Yeah, so back to Wagner.
Do you think he will line up the next ball, assuming he plays at 7, as his hat-trick ball, or do you think it'll just be another ball to him?
I think he always goes in with an aggressive intent to try and take a wicket, so he'll be looking at it as a hat-trick ball. But it'll be interesting to see what the New Zealand side does with these selections, being that it's such a short turnaround to the next test.
To me, with the if you haven't heard today, Trent Bolt and Colin de Gronholm out of action, 78 for 3 after 9, and Daryl Mitchell, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I thought Jimmy Neesham would have been the next one off the ranks, but I do understand Daryl's done quite a bit of has been in some form Blunkett Shield wise.
Yeah, I think Daryl's put a lot of scores on in the last few years, and yeah, it's great to see him in there as a fellow Hamilton Pukeko. It's great to see another Pook step up to international level.
Does he get? Is there any talk around his father?
No, none whatsoever.
Nothing
no.
really. I know.
No, that's a different sport, and although sometimes we do some line-outs at half-time, no talk whatsoever.
175. So for those that aren't aware, Daryl Mitchell's father is John Mitchell, the former All Blacks coach and current English defensive coach in rugby. So a bit of sporting pedigree there.
Yeah, sure.
But going back to the Black Caps test, to the 2nd test, I think you have to swap like for like. I think Lockie has to come in for Trent Bolt.
Yeah, being like for like, a left arm seamer for a right arm paceman. Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a run out.
Oh,
No, he's lost it.
it's all happening. And they're going to run too. Oh, Stuart Broad struggling to make it, but he's made it.
Oh, meaning, paceman. I think it's going to be unlucky for Matt Henry, but Lockie Ferguson needs to be able to
Sure,
play a test
sure.
before going to Australia.
I think so.
And then I think again you bring in Daryl Mitchell for Colin de Groenhoek.
Yeah, I agree with that, and it'll be great to see Lockie Ferguson in tests. I think just providing that extra pace.
Venom.
Yeah, venom when the pitch is dead. That's really what you need is that X factor, and I think he certainly brings that. It'll be great to see.
A couple of singles to end the over, and 85 for 3 after 10, and halfway there, run rate's just dropped down a bit in Marist's favour, and still have a game on our hands here though. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. My name is Bevin Jenkinson. It's been great to have you wherever you are, have tuned in. Been also good to have my co-commentator Mike Dudunsky and all the others that have chipped in this afternoon. So 90 needed off the last 10 overs. 90 off the last over would be quite a good chase, I reckon.
175 to win or 175 to tie?
One.
175 to win.
Is Joe Donald to draw a bit of a swing and a miss. Start off. Do you want to turn it?
Don't listen to me talk.
So we've got another one of the Barmy Army players here, mate. What was your name?
Penfold. You'll call me, mate?
What was that, sorry?
Penfold.
Penfold?
Danger Mouse.
I can't remember what we were calling you out there in the field, but...
Fat bloke, probably.
Come on, tell us how you really feel about yourself.
What were the odds on him stopping that one at the bloody went to pin down for bowl? That was great stuff.
I can't remember the odds, but it was... they weren't short, shall we say. And good single to one of the Marist players there. Good fielding. Was it Shosty there? Yeah.
Didn't spill a drop.
What? Marty, sorry, what was the over score?
This is the 11th.
No.
85.
Yep, no, that's right. Just had to check the score because I thought I'd botched it up. So Mike Dudunsky's grabbed another cold one. And this one squirted down to fine leg, and
Bit of a Chinese cut, though, mate.
Chinese cut. And another single. Mike, this is Penfold, we've been told is his name.
Penfold.
Yeah,
Penfold.
that's what they call me.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
Great reference, that. Great reference.
That one.
There's a Danger Mouse theme going on, but you know.
Yeah.
To be fair, I thought it was a bit more of a Monty Panesar the way he bowled out there today.
Yeah, if it wasn't my pitch, just kept sitting up to be smashed. It was like,
Great fielding off his own bowling there, Joe Donald.
Yeah, he's a real athlete, Joe Donald, and he's done really well there for his own bowling, diving away to his left.
How long are you in for the country for, mate?
I go home Sunday after the third day.
After the third day? You only reckon you're going to last 3 days this time round?
I just don't have any holiday left.
Oh, well, that's a fair excuse.
Whipped off the pads there for a boundary. A lovely shot there from Stuart Broad. Batting right-handed tonight, and he's just whipped that full toss behind square foot.
Bit of ambidextrous. How long have you been in the country for, Penfold?
This is last Sunday, so just over a week. 10 days already. Yeah. It's been really good. Out in Mongoli was superb.
It's about 92.
Best venue I've been to.
Best venue you've been to, including Wellington? Including England, sorry? Including an English
Well,
venue?
this is my 4th time to New Zealand.
Okay.
On cricket tours.
So you quite enjoy coming
yeah.
here?
The Hagley Oval was lovely as well, 18 months ago.
Yeah,
was
Hagley Oval was a lovely venue.
That was a great result too, I think.
A draw, yeah, we should have beaten you, yeah.
Thanks very much to Neil Wagner and Ish Sodhi.
Oh yeah.
Doing
well, can't complain about it. It's a change enormously.
Doing the honours there.
Changed enormously since they went there in
After
99.
having to watch Monty Panesar and Matt Pryor, the previous tour, do the same thing to
Lock
us.
it out at Eden Park. What a knock that was.
Seeing Wagner and Sodhi do it
Well, I was out here in
Was really
'97
nice.
watching Danny Morrison do it, so in Auckland.
Yep.
That was painful.
Danny Morrison, obviously known for one of the most amount
Second,
of ducks.
second most
And-
tests
yeah,
ducks
second
behind
most- Courtney
Ambrose.
Walsh, I
Oh, was it
believe.
Walsh?
He
Yeah.
batted for about 4 or 5 hours. Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
might
one
have been-
bounce.
Might have been Curtly Ambrose. You could be right there.
It's one
No, I think it
bounce
was
and
Courtney
4.
Walsh.
No, it is Walsh.
Yeah.
So
Lovely
98
shot
to
there.
3 in the 12th.
Stuart Broad just launching it over into cow corner, one bounce 4. He's playing a handy little knock here, Bev.
He seems to be
You
enjoying
think he'd
every
walk
ball.
if he nicked one to first slip? Or?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
I
Especially
did
not
that.
in a game of this importance.
No, definitely not. There's a lot of riding on this.
Still remember that. He actually hit the keeper's glove, actually. So you watch it in slow motion. It's good to wind the Aussies up, though. So.
Oh, it is any day of the week, though, isn't it? I mean, I think that's actually
One
probably
is far too easy to wind them up.
it's probably one subject we've been missing in the commentary today is actually Aussie.
But was he
Talking.
baiting? Oh, we can do that. Don't worry.
Yep. And there's a lot coming after this. After we play you guys in second test, because middle of December we've got a day nighter actually in Perth for the first test. Oh, bowled him! The one hand off the bat, straight through Mike, and you know you miss I hit basically.
Basically, yeah, Stuart Broad just going for a big hoik over cow as he's accessed that area a couple of times now and just yorked himself in middle stump. What can you say? That's great bowling from Bunny there.
I thought it was just a hoik, to be fair.
Here we are trying to soften the blow, and
Well, yeah, as Penfold just put it, that was a terrible shot.
Marty,
Say it like it's
100 after 12. So,
You got a Boxing Day test here this year.
yep, after the day night at Perth, we've got the Boxing Day test, the first in 32 years, and I'm sure.
You know anybody heading over?
No, I personally don't, but I think Mike
Yeah, I
said
think
you do.
half the country's heading over, and the MCG with 2 million people, and it's going to be a sight to behold.
Shosta going right arm round by the look of it.
I don't like it up them in the MCG, that's for sure. If you get on top, they'll disappear and go home.
Got ball to start the over as he comes around just to shut down the angle to the leg side there, I believe.
Penfold, are you aware of the history of the last time New Zealand played a Boxing Day test at the MCG?
I'm not, no.
No, so
Enlighten me.
with an hour to go, there was Mike Whitney basically blocked it out. Mike Whitney, you may remember from Who Dares Wins, the Australian show
Vaguely.
in the 90s. He's got a retirement coming up here for the Barmy Army. Quite well there. And I think it was either the last or the second to last over Mike, where Danny Morrison had the LBW shout.
Yeah, and didn't look plumb.
And
It looked plumb.
There's been basically no argument about whether it was out or not, but it wasn't given.
Yes, and unfortunately, after that they brought
Australian
in,
umpires were known for that. Don't worry.
yes, they were, and after that there had to be the umpires from other countries rule come in, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but still a bit of a stiff time in New Zealand history, that one.
Well, several Ashes tours where they've not had a single LBW the whole entire series.
I think the Pakistanis were great at keeping their finger warm in the pocket too.
Yes,
I was out in Sri Lanka in 2001. My God, there was some. I remember Alex Stewart getting given out off Mr. Murray, what's his face, chucking it. Balls pitched about 2 foot outside legs.
Oh, well, it was out in my mind too.
That was just one of them, about 8 or 9.
yeah.
And then Sangakkara got given out in his second test, but he's hit one straight in the ground to gully. Out.
You need to get some pads on you.
Well,
Looks like I'll enjoy a leave
all
you
right.
fellas.
No, thanks for the entertainment there, Penfold,
Not a problem. Enjoy the rest of your day.
and you enjoy the
see you.
3-day test on starting Friday.
I'll see you at the test match. Happy days.
Thanks very
Cheers.
much, mate.
I thought it was this game. Triple fracture.
But you've got two.
Upton 4.
As Penfold leaves the commentary box. Good stint, and just another example of the joviality of the Barmy Army.
Well, as soon as I asked him what his name was and he told me Penfold, I thought, oh, here we go.
Yes, exactly, and certainly contributed to the commentary box as Ryan comes waddling in from deep mid-wicket to come to the bowling crease, and this should be exciting.
He's only got one hand free at the moment though, so it'll be interesting to see whether he carries that drink through or...
You'd hope he'd put it down. Nobody wants a frothy Waikato. Yes, he does.
He protects it quite well with his cap too.
Certainly does. Just veteran play there. Veteran play.
Twilight last night, while I was umpiring, the Hawks and Bears got hit quite solidly, so...
Oh, that's disastrous.
I don't think there were any casualties though, that's the important thing.
So back to the cricket here, we've got a little game on our hands, don't we, Bev? They need 70 off 7, so 10 and over. Not out of the question here, Bev, I don't think.
No, it'd be interesting to see what the Barmy Army have in store. There's a lot of hilarity coming from one of the next batsmen in.
There's a bit of a back cut there for one, and good looking shot there. We'll see if Ryan can get some action on the stumps here. Lovely shot down the ground there for...
He's almost hit it from 7th stump to long
on.
on.
Here they come. Bradley Hamilton trying to fire down the stumps and just missing, and they come through safely for 2.
I think we need some balm for that throw actually. There was a lot of burn on that.
Wow, didn't he just lean back and fire it? Too bad about the accuracy, but...
Yeah, I think it was, I don't think it was close if he'd hit.
There's a large, real wide down leg from Ryan. He's maybe anticipated a charge there and fired it down leg.
G'day guys, anybody's got a livener? Sorry, no, a bottle opener. Sorry, yeah.
Thanks, Creeno.
How many can be?
It's 109 after 14 there, Creeno.
Oh, we over now.
Hey, it's
I'm running beers.
Hey, it's alright, Creeno, though, mate. You're nowhere near the worst comment of the night.
I've heard there's a couple of marginal ones.
No, this was not marginal.
Hey guys, just to introduce myself here, I'm Liam. I'm running out the refreshments to the players. We've got 2 Waikato drafts, beers, and we've got 2 nose beers as well.
110 for 4 after 14.
As we look at Creeno run out, and wow, what a gimpy style of running that is.
That's not the worst we've seen tonight, though. I mean,
no,
well,
Bev,
it's the worst I've seen. But
much more athletic than you, Bev.
It's not the worst that I've seen.
As he heads out to the umpire, strikes back at square leg, hands off the drink.
Who is that? It's square leg, mate.
That's Keza Hill.
Oh, Kieran Hill.
Keza Hill.
Andrew Collins,
left arm seamer, played a few Premier games for Marist, and really champion bloke.
I've looked back and I've played a few games against him myself actually. So
yeah, he's been up and down the grades and just a good club man.
And I know a few of the ex-Prems players actually don't mind playing C grade either, because it's 35 overs, start at 1 o'clock, finish at the same sort of time.
That's what dreams are made of, Bev.
Oh, definitely, mate.
As Google Basu comes in for a second ball and short and spinning, bit of turn and bounce there from Basu on this artificial deck, and
I don't think the Barmy were playing for the spin there.
No, just thinking it's going to head straight through and just bounced a little bit. He gives more flight and he's punished down the ground.
It's going to be
1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. It's a lovely shot, and he's picked the gap straight. Bradley Hamilton having a little conversation at long on, didn't see that. And yeah, he's managed to pick up a boundary there. It was a lovely shot.
Stu, that one that you're holding looks quite cold. Is that to make up for the dismissal that you had, or?
Yeah.
Because I can understand that you weren't really happy about being dismissed in that fashion.
No, I think a bit of frustration got to me, and tried to slog sweep the straight ball.
And as I said, you know, not so much directed at you, but just in cricket in general. If you miss, I hit. Really, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, Stu, not the first player, not the last player to make that mistake, and really just means you get on the Bears earlier, which is a positive.
Yep.
That's right, Stu, though. This is a better batting performance than the team last night I was watching batting second. They were 4 for 4 cleaner, I think it was, wasn't it?
4 for 1.
Yeah, well, 1 for 4.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So after 15, it's 115 for 4. Needing 60 off 5. That required run rate's up to 12 now.
Yeah, Bev, the Barmy Army really need to get their A into G here and start hitting some boundaries. I think they've got the potential down the order. We've still got Graham Gooch to come back in after his retirement.
We've got Tom to come back.
Toe
in.
end.
All out.
Who's Graham Gooch? Which one's Graham Gooch? Huh? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
leading edge popped out to point, and they're going to skip through for a single.
Runs a run though.
Bev, back onto that whole, you miss, I hit. I sort of had that sort of last theory with my ex-wife, and I served 3 years for that. So, I think it's never the best concept to. I'm gone.
Bruno, you'll never have a wife in your life.
And unfortunately, Liam Green just overstepping the boundaries there, and that's what he did on the weekend as well, I believe, Bev, bowling 12 no balls in just 2 overs, and costing his team the game.
Oh, really?
Really embarrassing stuff there. As a launch through the leg side, a couple of bounces, and Misson's done well to just watch that into the hands on a let's not say flat outfield. It's a
bit undulated,
a little bit undulating out there, and he's done well.
Left mine in the office today.
Oh, it's paper stop.
What else you say?
Called wide there, and
friend down the road.
Barmy Army could use a few more of those.
Yeah, unfortunately though, with the wides they count as a ball, so and a run.
It's where we took up your ankle. So.
Yeah, I did the same. I went to the Ashes, the last one. And stayed Australia.
Strike down the ground there.
Bradley Hamilton, he's going to cut it off.
And he's got a super arm, so it's going to be close, but he's missed it, and they come through for 2.
I think that James Walsh might be at the bowling crease.
Have you been in Australia before? Or?
No.
16 overs gone, and they need 53.
53 off 24.
So, I mean, if they are wides,
The whole time I was there.
Yeah, it's 122 after 16.
if they do bowl a whole bunch of wides, it's not the
Yeah.
Well, it's a no balls they'll start cooping in for them.
it's not the be all and end all, but
Clyde Pecky, it's beautiful ground.
is there
K-A-I-P-A-K-I.
It's out. Yeah, it's out towards the airport.
Yeah. 5 o'clock, yeah.
Papa, can I roll one?
Will it be? Yeah. Will it be on the page?
Should be by tonight, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, just.
122 for 4, 16. They need 53 or 4.
George got to go.
So if you are wanting to catch some T20 action tomorrow night, sounds like the Barmy Army are playing a Waikato Valley cricket side
Kaipeki?
at Kaipeki Oval. It's a great ground at Kaipeki, but
Lovely facilities as Google Basu comes in and can't quite
handle it really.
Catch. And that's
Oh, really?
Going back to the C grade though,
sure. Yeah.
I was out umpiring for Kaipeki against my own side, and the congratulating guys tucking up his bat. As I said, 35 overs.
Yellow Betty.
And I was thinking 100, 150, good on you. 200 he scored.
Wow, fantastic. Small ground out there in
And
Kaipeki, but that's
been on
impressive.
some big heavy hidings in a T20 down at that ground as well due to its size.
200 is good, and T20 is good going, isn't it? By one player.
Yeah, let alone the team. So a couple of balls
Jono
left.
Single comes in again.
Bowled him.
Bowled him.
Top him off stump, cleans him up, and Zara, the new batsman, limpering up.
It's great to see the princess out here playing for Barmy Army. She's obviously got the leave pass from the prince, and we'll see how she goes here. Certainly looking the part in her bright pink shorts. And I believe she can do a bit of damage here for the Barmy Army late in the piece.
Well, she's going to need to. It's 50 required of 19 balls. The money's not on a super over tonight. I'm disappointed.
Well, it's
Three
just,
times the charm, I reckon.
it's just how the trend's been going really for New Zealand. So hopefully that trend continues, Bev.
Well, I actually think that might have been over, mate. So
No, Jono Single's still a mile increase here.
Oh, it's still John? Yeah. No, it was more the fact that the batsman had swapped.
They've gone to the other end, haven't they? So it looks like Princess Zara just heading down the end and taking her guard.
Good afternoon, evening to Greg Mitchell, Jeffy. The
Lovely shot there.
Well, don't get you a single.
Princess Zara, and she'll get down the other end for one. It's a great shot.
She is the sorry, not she. I'm talking about Zara there. Jeffy is the Wheel Blacks team mechanic. For those that aren't sure, the Wheel Blacks is the New Zealand wheelchair rugby national team.
What a job he has, Bev.
He does a very great job of it, mate.
All of those machines are up and running every game. Very destructive game, isn't it?
It is a very.
Wheelchair rugby.
I've played a couple of games of training and it hurts.
Yeah, I bet it does. So that takes some damage, those machines. So
Yep.
he does really well. As Zara just blocks one back down the pitch to the bowler.
I was at Worlds last year actually, and he slid into home base to pick up a player off the court. Sorry, did this massive slide. And he didn't reckon it was the best he had in training.
Oh, good shot.
Pick up a couple of runs as Princess Zara.
Slight jet lead behind the stumps has just missed that one, and they'll run through for. I thought it was Byers, but she obviously got something on it. So another run for Princess Zara there. She's done really well.
I wonder what Mike's doing these days.
From Luton, which is obviously French for Luton. As another ball comes in. And put through the covers for a single.
I'm not going to rush for two by the look of things.
Technically a very nice shot, but I think if the Barmy Army want to be getting the win here, they need to be looking for the cow corner.
Oh,
Good technique there as she plays it back down the pitch of the bowler. And again,
the shot was a lot better than a running style anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of a slip at the crease.
Oh, and another dot ball.
Goes for the loft. Bradley Hamilton down here at Long On looking keen for a catch to come his way, is he? Yep, there goes the thumbs up. And going to be a single through. Shot the stumps.
Shot the stumps and missed. They might come through for a double.
Yeah,
And they'll come through for two.
And that's going to cost John
backing up.
some runs.
Bradley Hamilton, actually famous in New Zealand for drinking Waikato draft handle in 0.1 of a second, which is still a Waikato record.
Can I get someone just to update the scoreboard, guys? 1:30 after 18.
You need 45 off 2, the Barmy Army.
It's doable.
It's
It is doable, but from what I've seen out there, there's a fat chance. As Bradley Hamilton comes back into the attack, if they do stand a chance here, I think there's got to be a few flicks down the league with the extra pace that Bradley provides.
Last man stands will be quite nice here because last ball of the 20th over, if it goes for 6 is 12. Call that a home run in last man stands.
Not a bad rule that as well, just to keep the game interesting.
There's been quite a few games, there's been a lot of games been won off that.
Really?
Yeah, you know, where they need 10 and they hit the home run.
That's cool, man. Good rule.
It's a lot better than the actual last man rule because that could be horrible. You can only run 2, 4 or 6, you're by yourself. It gets a bit lonely out there. Bookended my season a couple of years ago with that.
A wide there from
Wide
Bradley,
delivery
just
from Brad.
Just trying to get nice and accurate at the stumps, and unfortunately just dragging it outside off there.
We talk about club stalwarts here, Mike, and his father, Kevin. I'm not sure if I can't actually see him currently.
Yeah, Kev's here. He was working the barbecue earlier, and what a hero
He'll
he
have
is,
some,
really.
some words to say.
Yeah, he just does everything for the club, and he's a special man, old Kevin Howland.
Well, I turned up at 3 o'clock thinking I was going to be early, and he was here before me, so shows the commitment of the guy.
Oh, mate, he's been here since last night. He slept here last night.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I saw a tent outside Marist. Yeah, he loves the game, and he's a great bloke, so he does a lot for the club.
So 134, 41 required off the last over. Going to need a few no balls. 134.
It looks like we're switching a couple of people here as Penfold and
Lollipop.
Penfold's just going to stay on the sideline, and it looks like
Save your average, Penfold.
former England fast bowler Andy Caddick is heading out to bat at the non-strikers end,
think,
and he's really lost some pace over the last 40 years, but you can expect that.
I was going to say John, aka Lollipop's going to really be enjoyed being compared to Andy Caddick, a man that grew up in Christchurch from memory.
Yeah, he was born in Christchurch and obviously went across to the dark side and had a great career for him.
They're going to seem to love people from Christchurch, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's cost us a World Cup and a couple of Test matches, to be honest. But that's typical, pretty much the same as the Aussies stealing what's ours. But it's okay.
But then again, playing with some South Africans, they do like to remind me that half our team's South African. I mean, BJ Watling, Wagner.
I'll give you Wagner, but BJ's been a Kiwi for a long time.
Well, he was born in South Africa, but
Helman and Boys High export, and just another one to add to the amount of great cricketers that have come out of that school. As we've got four balls left here, and
are you talking up your alumni there?
Yeah,
Mike?
I am. 4 balls left, and they need 39. It's doable, but it's going to take a lot of big hitting.
I think there might be a few more. Well, I can count more Sacred Heart old boys in this match than I can count Hamilton boys.
Old girls or old boys?
Old boys. We'll go with.
We're talking the Auckland school. Yeah. Okay. Just
3 balls to go, and the match is going to end up with a good win to the.
It's a lovely shot
side.
from Andy Caddick off his hip.
It's going to rough the 4. Great shot.
And if the Barmy Army have any chance of winning with 34 off 3 balls required, they're going to need a few more of those.
So Penfold going out to bat. He is worrying about his average, he reckons, he says. So the not out always helps.
Well, I think with an average of 2, he shouldn't really be worried about that too much. He should just try and get down the other end.
I know there's a bit of sniggers going on, but I'd take 2 this season. It's about as many I've scored. And,
as Princess Sarah comes off with a sensational knock. Really keeping the team together. And there she goes
there we go.
Her trademark curtsy and kiss to the commentary
If
box.
I'd known she was going to do that, I'd whip the camera around.
As Andy Caddick puts one high.
Bruce Lim's going to get into it. He has 2.
And Bruce Lee with a sensational martial arts catch from behind the stumps. As Penfold crosses.
Yeah, no.
Stay there.
And Andy Caddick will go to the far end.
1 ball.
And here comes Penfold, where this is what the
Clock's a
crowd's
big
come
game.
to see.
Can't hear.
He's going to send it to the road. Send it.
And
big wind up.
Spanks one
They're
through
going
the
for a
covers
single.
straight to him.
And those have been taken off.
Andy Caddick's been run out at the non-striker's end, and that'll do us, Bev.
Yep. Well, been a very good game there, and thanks to you guys for joining in. And
Cheers.
no, good luck for the 3-day test on Friday. Cheers. Well, Mike, your last thoughts?
Well, a really competitive game, and great to see how it was played in such a great nature. And if 30-run win, but hold on, and then drama. They feel like there's another over to go.
Super over it is.
Wow, here we go. It's
Okay,
all
then.
happening. We didn't think it was going to happen because they're behind by 31 runs, but they must have tied somehow. And here we go into the attack, and Penfold just struck on the thigh pad, and it goes behind to the keeper for none. Thigh pad or thigh fat, I'm not sure. And here he comes for another. Oh, and struck down to mid wicket.
They
And
get a
they'll
single.
through for one. So 1 off 2 in the super over.
Well, I reckon the I'm checking my pockets, but as a scorer, I can't see any money in it, eh? The super over.
And here comes Andy Caddick. Reverse sweep! And
he's missed it completely. But hey, the ball has missed the stump, so that's the main thing. He stays in there.
I don't know whether it's a smart option from Andy Caddick. He's really been striking it well to long on and deep square, so I think you should stick with that option. And he does. He hits one over the top to Cal, and it skips away. Oh,
And
it's a
the emphasis
misfield,
missed it.
and it's gone for 4.
Take over.
So 5 for none off .4, and this is what's needed from the Barmy Army as they try and set a total. And what's happening here? Looks like the commentators coming out to stretch as in comes the bowler. He's staying at long on, and Andy Caddick just off the pad there and no run. Bev looking, yes, and here he comes. We've had an import, and Bevin Jenkinson's looking like he's going to bowl the final ball of the super over. Sorry about the score, but he runs that. So, and it comes in, and he's done well there, Andy Caddick. He's just got the cue end, and they're going to come through for 1. It looks like that's the end of the over, and the Barmy Army are pulling the plug. Pulling the plug.
The opposition will have players as well. They're very keen to play. And
Pulling the plug, and it looks like, although we had an extra over, the Barmy Army have still come up around 28 runs short. But what a super event it's been. The Barmy Army playing Kaipeki tomorrow, and if you want to head out to Kaipeki Oval, that'll be another great event. From me here in the Commentators box, Michael Donansky and Bevin Jenkinson, it's been a pleasure. Bev might have some final words when he waddles in from the boundary, but thanks very much.
Alright, so that was the end of the match. Marist have won by 30 runs. My name is Bevin Jenkinson. On behalf of myself, Bev's Broadcasting, Mike Dodansky, and all the others that have tuned in, thanks very much for watching. Good luck to the Black Caps. Starting the second test on Friday at Seddon Park here in Hamilton. Have a good evening.